Hey, I'm James from Soaking Barbecue, and today we are doing a quick one, an unboxing of the brand new cart for the Kamado Joe Jr. Now, I'm not sure if this is something that actually fits. My use case is I have a custom-made outdoor kitchen where my Joe Jr. can sit, or it's coming with me on the road when we do things like camping, road trips, tailgating, etc. Those are sort of the two most common places. But for those that don't have an outdoor kitchen and are not taking on the road and want something a little bit more permanent that makes it easier to wheel around your Kamado Joe Jr. in the backyard and or give you a little bit of workable space with side shelves, something that you'll very quickly notice is missing if you've ever cooked without it, and or more height if you don't have a table like what I have behind me to get the grill up to a usable height for cooking versus sitting right on the ground. That is exactly the problem that this product aims to solve. So without further ado, let's get the knife out and start unboxing. I saw a couple of people get theirs ahead of me in Facebook groups, likely because coming into Canada things are a little bit slower, and they said installation could be a little bit tricky, so I'm curious to see how that is. But I'll take you fast forward and zoom in and out of high speed if there's anything important to update you on. But let's get started. Well, there we go. About 15 minutes later, yeah, exactly 15 minutes later, we have our Joe Jr. cart assembled. So let me kick on the wheel brakes, grab our Joe Jr., meet you out front, give it a test fit. Okay, we have our Kamado Joe Jr. cart together, and if you've assembled a Kamado Joe cart before, this shouldn't give you too much trouble, but I can see what a couple of people have mentioned that are a few weeks ahead of me, is this last little component is a little tricky with the angle of the Allen key in order to be able to fit it in there and try and get the threads to catch. But outside of 30 seconds of frustration trying to get that on, the rest of our cart went together really well. So coming back to that question that we sort of prompted in the opening is, who's this cart for? Now, in terms of price, so this is priced at $250 US. I'll put up the exact amount so I'm not confused. This falls in line with a couple other premium from the manufacturer carts, like the Big Green Egg Mini Max Nest with additional side tables. If you add the side tables, I think actually the Big Green Egg comes in about $20 cheaper. I was also able to find, I can't confirm the fitment of third-party options on Amazon for just over $100. So this is definitely in the premium category, and looking at it and putting it together, if you've been happy with any other Kamado Joe cart, there's going to be nothing here that you don't absolutely love in terms of the fit, the finish of the side shelves, and even just moving this around here, I have no concerns of the Junior falling forward, back, side to side, rolling over stones. I can't speak for those other carts, but like there's nothing here that is going to give you any concern wheeling this around and potentially having it fall out. So for stability, give this high marks. For looks, in terms of the Kamado Joe family, if you have other grills in a cart, absolutely this fits right in. What doesn't maybe fit, speaking of fit, is for me at 6'3". Let me just illustrate here the height. This is a Kamado Joe Big Joe Series 3 and what I am most used to from a height perspective. But whether it's a classic 1, 2, or 3 or a Big Joe 1, 2, or 3, most of the grid heights end up in a pretty similar spot, with the exception being the Series 3 grills, particularly the Big Joe, as it is the tallest and deepest of all the models, and it gains about 4 inches over the Series 2. So if we were comparing those models, we'd be about 4 inches lower. So just to get a measurement here, so you know how it would compare, with this being the tallest, we would be 39 inches, so -4 for Series 1, Series 2. Our grid height would be about 35 inches from the ground. In terms of the Joe Jr. with the cart, this is again a big improvement over right off the ground, but sticking with the size appropriate for the grill, we come in just a hair below 31 inches. So this at 31 inches versus Series 1 or 2 if you have that, is going to be about a 4-inch reduction in terms of surface height to your waist level. And or if you're like me and you're using the tallest and the biggest model in a cart, or what I've replicated in my tables with my custom table dimensions by NatureCast, that this would be coming 39 inches off the ground, so just about an 8-inch lower ground clearance. So if height is important to you, just keep in mind that this is really comfortable for me at over 6'3", using a chair, lawn chair, and for standing, I would have, you know, no problem for tongs. For sort of the average height, this would be right in the sweet spot. So the last thing that I want to test is the fitment of the stock Joe Jr. cover. I might need to drop the side shelves down for that, so let me go grab that and see if I'm still able to use the original Joe Jr. cover with the brand new cart. Here we are. So just fold in the side shelves. Well, that cover is better than I thought. Obviously, I can tighten and adjust the straps from the original cart, but there is no issue using the stock cart if this is going to be out now that it is mobile and wheeling around, where it would be maybe not protected from the elements out in the yard versus under the barbecue studio. That's it for today's unboxing and first impressions of the highly anticipated Kamado Joe Jr. cart. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions about this cart. I've got a bunch of really cool things coming out for the Joe Jr. in part why I've moved it back to center stage for spring. I'll be ready to share a few more of those secrets in the weeks and months to come. That's it for today. I'm James from Stoking Barbecue signing off. Remember, don't be afraid to fire it up.